What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Fulltime MMA here today with the UFC 273 breakdown and predictions. Before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to the Illy Show who requested this video during my last live stream when I popped up for the first time in a few months. I mean, there's multiple reasons, but if you've seen the live, you know why. I digress. Either way, it's time today to break down, as I said, UFC 273. The main card is going to be going down on April 9th. Not this Saturday, but the next. It's actually my brother's birthday, so shout out to the microwave. This UFC is going to be going down pay-per-view on April 9th, Saturday, so you got 2 weeks. It's going to be headlined by Alexander Volkanovski, the current UFC featherweight champion, taking on the Korean Zombie. He's I don't even know if he's ranked in the top 5. He got this fight, I believe. We'll get into the fight later, but either way, Korean Zombie's dangerous. He's a veteran. But Volkanovski, I mean, come on. He's beat Max Holloway twice. He's beat some of the best featherweights in the world. It's going to be a great fight. Um, I'm not going to 100% say I'm counting Korean Zombie all the way out, but yeah, man. We'll talk about that in just a bit. We've also got another title fight hit on this card, the co-main event. My boy Aljamain Sterling taking on Peter Yan, sorry. Aljamain Sterling coming through to defend his championship, his rightful championship. Oh, I'm pissing off people right now. I am pissing them off, and I don't care. Let's fucking go, Aljo! Can't wait to watch Aljamain Sterling take on Peter Yan in the rematch. He had neck surgery after the last fight, after Peter Yan was disqualified for kneeing Aljamain in the head. Rookie fucking mistake. Rookie mistake. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. We've got Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. This fight right here, oh, we got to talk about this card, guys. I can't wait to talk about it. Gilbert Burns, one of the best welterweights in the world by far, proven resume, fucking murderer. Ugh, going against Khamzat, like one of the most hyped fucking fighters since Ronda Rousey type shit. Like all this fucking hype, no resume. It's insane. I don't. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Then we've got Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha the Tiny Tornado Torres. Is Mackenzie Dern ready to crack into the top 5 contendership status? Ready to prove she is a legit contender herself? Or is she just a big fat booty? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We've got Kelvin Gastelum versus Dricus Duplessis, who's just stepped in this fight on short notice. Kelvin Gastelum was going to be taking on Imavov, but he had visa issues, so Duplessis is going to be stepping up instead of fighting Anthony Hernandez, taking on Gastelum. Gastelum, man, 1-5 in his last 6 fights. What's happened to Fatsalem? I mean, is he going to make weight? Is he not? Is he going to win? Is he not? If he's going to win is almost as much of a question as if he's going to make weight these days. We're, of course, going to break that fight down in just a bit. All right, guys, let's get into the breakdown portion and the prediction portion of the fight. We're going to go with the main event, what everyone is here for, what the people have been waiting for. The UFC featherweight title on the line. Alexander Volkanovski coming in against the Korean Zombie. I'm not going to lie, I low-key smell an upset. I mean, UFC needs an Asian champion. They're doing all this work over there in China, even though he's Korean. You get the point. The UFC would love for Korean Zombie to win. Volkanovski, I just don't think he's going to allow that to happen. So I'm going to pick Volkanovski. He's just too proven. He's just proven he's too good at this welterweight division right now. Honestly, I would be interested in seeing Volkanovski move up and fight the lightweight champion. Oliveira versus Volkanovski would have been fucking fire if Gaethje wins. However that plays out, I would love to see Volkanovski move up and challenge for that lightweight title. It's very realistic, very possible. I'm not sure why that hasn't been talked about yet. I'm going to take Volkanovski to win this fight against Korean Zombie, but like I said, I smell a fucking upset. The UFC would love to have another Asian champion, even though, as I said in the beginning of this video, Korean Zombie probably shouldn't be in this title fight. It's kind of by default. He's probably not ranked in the top 5. It's just Volkanovski's already kind of beat everybody else, or they're injured, or whatever issues they're having. But Korean Zombie's not. He's not one of the top contenders right now. He's kind of in this fight by default. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The featherweight division seems just kind of weak right now, aside from Max Holloway and Volkanovski. They're probably just light years better than all of the other fighters in the division. So Korean Zombie falls into that category. Could he get a finish? Of course, he's got a finisher's chance. So that's what I'm giving Korean Zombie in this fight. Miracle submission, lucky knockout. I'm taking Volkanovski. With that being said, we're moving on to the co-main event. I'm taking Aljamain Sterling. Is it biased? A little bit. Is it also logical? Fuck yes. Aljamain Sterling is one of the best bantamweights in the world. His resume proves that he has not been given the easy route. He's had to fight the hard road. Politics are not on his side. If you look at his resume, he has not lost a round before he fought Peter Yan. He did not lose any rounds, and he's been fighting against ranked fighters in his entire career. When he fought these guys, whether it was Caraway or I can go through his resume. I'll go through it just for my prediction's sake. I'll actually pull it up right here. Aljamain Sterling, when he fought Renan Barao, monster. Marlon Moraes, beast. Rafael Sunsao, Brian Caraway, ranked. Takeya Mitsugaki, that was probably his first ranked opponent at the time, back in 2015, but from there it didn't get any easier in the form of Brian Caraway, Rafael Sunsao, Renan Barao, Marlon Moraes, Brett the Pikey Johns, Cody Stamann, Jimmy Rivera, Pedro Munoz, Corey Sandhagen. All of these fucking names are legitimate killers that I just named. It's a legitimate resume. Even Aljamain Sterling's losses were split decisions before the lucky knockout of Marlon Moraes. Marlon Moraes admitted it was a lucky knockout. I'm not just talking out of my ass. He came on the MMA Hour the next day and said, hey, I didn't even mean to knock him out. I was low-key going to throw a body kick and he ducked into it. I got lucky as fuck. Marlon Moraes said that about the knockout of Aljamain Sterling. Dab on him. You get the point. Look, Aljamain Sterling is legitimately one of the best bantamweights in the world and has been for a long time. And if he fucking colored his hair pink or fucking spoke African, this motherfucker would have been in the title fight a long time ago. If he could do all that, if Aljo could do that, title fight a long time ago. But he don't got that. He's not African mixed with fucking Australian and all that shit. He's just an American black man, and they don't give a fuck about us. Y'all know the motherfucking deal. Ooh, did I just do that? I should have fuck just did. Let's move on. Ooh, talk to me. Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. Ooh, we gotta talk about it. Someone tell me what the fuck I'm missing. Somebody tell me what the fuck I'm missing. Or what the fuck the odds makers are smoking. I'm very curious. Let me know in the comments. Because Khamzat Chimaev is a fucking 5-1 favorite over Gilbert Derinho Burns right now. That's what's happening right now. Gilbert Burns, who dominated fucking Tyron Woodley, who finished Damian Maia, who rocked Kamaru Usman, who outclassed fucking Wonder Boy, is a 5-1 underdog against Chimaev, who has not even fought a ranked opponent? What the fuck clown world are we living in, y'all? Is Gilbert Burns throwing this fight, or is this free money? Go bet your house on Gilbert Burns. I don't know how he loses his fight unless he fucking takes a dive. They need to bring a diving board into this motherfucker. Because Gilbert Burns is by far one of the best welterweights in the world, and by far has fought and beat and is just a higher level opponent than Chimaev has ever sniffed. I get it, you're best buds with Darren Till. Those fucking noogies ain't gonna work, bro. Or is this motherfucker just allowed to take... What's going on? He fought like a dude that was making his UFC debut on 6 days' notice, and he's getting credit like he's fucking back in UFC 1 winning the championship. 3 guys in one night. It was cool, bro. But it doesn't mean you can beat Gilbert Burns, who has proven he's a fucking top legitimate title contender over the past few years, doing having unfathomable success in the octagon. Gilbert Burns, the former lightweight, he's coming in and dominating. He's finishing Damian Maia, who no one else could finish. Dominating Woodley. Other people have done that. He fucking outclassed Wonderboy. No one does that. He rocked Usman when they fought. He almost beat Usman. If he could have fucking capitalized on that when he rocked Usman, he would have been beat the best welterweight of all time right now. Right now. And this guy is a fucking 5-1 underdog against... I don't want to be disrespectful, but this motherfucker ain't beat no one in the top 15, let alone... Come on, man. And he's the big favorite? Big favorite? It's not even even? It's not even a fucking toss-up? Like, you're 5 times sure Chimaev's going to beat him? Oh, so you must know something that we don't. Are Chimaev and Jeff Nowitzki fucking? I don't know. I'm taking Gilbert Burns. I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. Now, if he beats Gilbert Burns, we gotta start talking about Usman and Adesanya and all type of crazy shit. But pound for pound, skill for skill, resume for resume, I don't see how this motherfucker is a 5-1 favorite. He shouldn't even be a favorite. Like, they know something we don't. I don't know, maybe Will Smith is going to fucking walk into the octagon and smack Gilbert Burns, and they're going to tag team this motherfucker. You tell me. I'm taking Gilbert Burns. Like I said, the odds makers know something I don't. I'm sure Chimaev's going to win somehow and call out fucking Usman, you're next! Some crazy ass shit. Adesanya, then you. Whatever the fuck he's going to say. The UFC would love for Chimaev to win. He's fucking huge. He's already a huge star. All this hype and popularity, fresh face into the title. I'm sure the UFC would love for Chimaev to win, but at the same time, Burns is a motherfucker, and I just don't see him letting that happen. So, I'm taking Gilbert Burns. I'm taking Gilbert Burns, guys. All right, we got Mackenzie Dern versus Tecia Torres, the Tiny Tornado. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern. I think she's going to do it. I think she's going to prove it. Mackenzie Dern's coming off of a unanimous decision loss to Marina Rodriguez, who's also the last person to beat Tecia Torres before she went on her most recent 3-fight win streak. Tecia Torres, that is. I really think this is a good test for Mackenzie Dern, as Tecia Torres has the experience fighting against all the best strawweights in the world. Dern hasn't really beat a solid contender like Torres in her career yet, aside from Nina Nunes in her most recent win. But I really do think Dern's going to come out here and show that even though she lost to Marina Rodriguez, she's a future contender. She's been working on her stand-up a lot, and her ground game was already top-notch. So I think Mackenzie's going to be more well-rounded in this fight. And that's tough to say because Tecia Torres has been training with the best in the world. So whether it's more well-rounded or just they're both very well-rounded and Mackenzie Dern gets the jiu-jitsu nod, I think I'm going to take Mackenzie Dern as she's had wins over higher level competition a lot more recently as well. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern to come out, get the W, shake that motherfucking booty. Who knows? Maybe she'll start twerking. Yeah, fucking right. Let's keep dreaming. But no, yeah, she's gonna come. She's gonna win. She maybe give us a little shake though, for sure. And then she's gonna dance her happy ass off to go be mommy or whatever the fuck mommy duty she's. Yeah, right. You guys think Mackenzie Dern's a stay-at-home fucking mom in 2022? What the fuck are we really smoking? We're smoking the same shit as those odds makers. That's what we're smoking on. Mackenzie Dern, stay-at-home mom, and yeah, right. All these fucking independent women. You know she's got her baby daddy at home, stay-at-home daddy, being the fucking little do good, boy, while she's out here being independent, chasing fucking Francis Ngannou's and shit around the world and dancing for Dana White. Let me stop. I mean, all these Saudi Arabian princes and shit when she's fighting in Abu Dhabi. Baby daddy's at home fucking with the fake tit out, feeding the baby and shit. Watching fucking Naruto with the baby. Mackenzie Dern's out here. Come on, y'all know how they fucking living out here in 2022. Let's not just cut the cap. Come on. Act like and tell me I'm lying. Tell me where I just told a lie. Fuck you really talking about. Now let's move on. I'm picking Mackenzie Dern. Kelvin Fatsalam taking on Dricus Duplessis. Whew. Now, see if you can keep up with how this fight came about. And I'm even missing a piece. As far as Kelvin Gastelum was originally scheduled to face an opponent. That opponent had to pull out of the fight. Insert Nasruddin Imavov. Nasruddin Imavov just had visa issues, and so they are replacing him with Dricus Duplessis. Now we will have Kelvin Gastelum versus Dricus Duplessis. Now, Dricus Duplessis is not taking this fight on 2 weeks' notice because he was already on the undercard. He was going to be fighting Anthony Hernandez. Now Anthony Hernandez will be fighting a UFC newcomer, so Dricus Duplessis can step up to the main card to fight Kelvin Gastelum. Are you with me? All right, with that being said, Kelvin Gastelum is 1-5 in his last 6 fights, only winning a unanimous decision over Ian Heinisch a little over a year ago. He's currently riding a 2-fight losing streak to Robert Whittaker and most recently Jared Cannonier. In this fight, I'm going to be taking Kelvin Gastelum to win. Despite the losing streak, he's still been fighting against the best fighters in the world. He's the 5 losses. Some of them are to Jared Cannonier, who's in line for a title fight anytime now. Israel Adesanya, the current middleweight champion. Robert Whittaker, the former welterweight champion. I mean, Adesanya's losing to the best fighters in the world, fighting the best fighters in the world. And he's going to be taking on Dricus Duplessis, who's kind of stepping out of his league in that sense. He's a very good striker. He's a good fighter. Can he do the same thing as Korean Zombie and pull off a finish? For sure he can. Could he even edge out a split decision? Possibly. I don't see it happening as much as... It's a possibility, though. A lot of Gastelum's losses have been decision losses, but even with that being said, his skills should just take him to that decision. His experience against the best fighters in the world, he shouldn't lose a decision to this guy. So I'm taking Gastelum to win, unless Duplessis gets a lucky finish. He catches Gastelum and gets caught off guard. Will Smith walks in. And with that being said, that's my UFC 273 predictions. It's going down April 9th, not this Saturday, but the next. And with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family and I know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you want to see a video, what topic, what you want to hear about. I almost made a video on Masvidal Covington and that buffoonery there, but I didn't get around to it. I got busy and it wasn't requested. So if you do want to hear it, request it, and that'll really make me go, okay, the people do want to see the content. And with that being said, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.